One Republican congressman who will be there during today's address, Representative from Florida, Byron Donalds. He joins us now ahead of the speech. Byron, welcome. Thank you. It's nice to see you, Congressman. In April, you voted against a bill for $95 billion in aid for Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan. Where do you stand now on funding for Israel?
Well, a couple of things. Let's be very clear. I voted against the bill with aid to Ukraine. There were 4 separate measures on the House floor. The bill with aid to Israel, I did support that measure, so let's make sure we correct that record. In terms of supporting Israel, that is what we should be doing every step of the way. They are our greatest ally in the region. We should stand by them 100%, which is why it is very concerning, very peculiar that Kamala Harris, who is now running to be the president of the United States, didn't even make time to greet Bibi Netanyahu at the airport when he arrived in the United States, and will not be in the House chamber today at a seminal moment in not just in American history, but in our relationship with Israel, to show solidarity to our greatest ally in the Middle East. I find it to be very disrespectful. She needs to answer for that. Having some other event that was already organized is an excuse. It's not true, because everybody knew when Bibi Netanyahu was coming to Capitol Hill. This has been in the makings for weeks.
What are the conversations, Congressman, that you're having with your colleagues on the other side of the aisle who will not be in attendance today? I just went through some of their comments and reasons.
Well, I'll tell you, on the Hill, there's really not much discussion with them at all when it comes to what's going on with Israel. We know their position. We find it to be a very damaging position, not just to the United States in general, but also to Jewish people here in America and to Jewish people around the globe. There is a key decision that needs to be made in politics today. Are you going to stand with Israel, or are you going to stand with the Iranian regime that has promoted Hamas and Hezbollah into causing terror attacks on the nation of Israel? It's that simple. Those members have chosen to stand with Iran, Hamas, and Hezbollah. I do not, and the vast majority of members in Republican Party and in the Democrat Party don't, but the Democrat Party has a major issue. This is one of the reasons why Joe Biden or Kamala Harris will not be seen in public with Bibi Netanyahu.
I find it concerning. I would imagine voters do as well, that there are conversations that are not being had between you and those on the other side of the aisle. How do you reconcile that in order to get anywhere, we have to have discussions, right? We have to talk about it even if we disagree.
Well, look, this is something I'm going to leave in the hands of the Democrat Party. There are members, obviously, in the Democrat Party who are pro-Israel. We have conversations with them all the time. But in terms of that Democrat Party dynamic, where they have a real schism in their party about support for Israel, that is where the members in the House who are from the Democrat side of the aisle, the Senate from the Democrat side of the aisle, and Kamala Harris need to figure out where their position is. Like I said at the top, she should be on Capitol Hill today to greet Benjamin Netanyahu and at least listen to his words to a joint session of Congress. If you're going to be the leader of the free world, that means you have to sit there and listen to our allies when they come to America. It's a simple thing to do. Her absence speaks volumes.
She will be meeting with him tomorrow before he heads back to the Middle East. Finally, Congressman, what can he say to gain support and renew confidence in his plans for the Middle East and a future for his nation?
Well, Bibi Netanyahu has the full support of President Trump and the Republican Party. There are some in the Democrat Party that still support him. At the end of the day, this is about the nation of Israel doing what is necessary to secure their nation and their future. My position is clear. Hamas needed to surrender almost 9 months ago now. They should have surrendered immediately. And if they do not do that, then Hamas needs to be obliterated. It's that simple. Because you cannot have somebody who would launch one of the most heinous attacks we have seen in modern world history and there be no response, or there be a muddled response. And the Biden-Harris administration has called for a muddled response which does not secure Israel. I stand with Bibi Netanyahu. I stand with Israel. They need to do whatever is necessary to protect them, their citizens, and their sovereignty.
Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below. below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.